everyone, it's Christina with Landscape Management Magazine, and I am here today to talk about the LM150 list. And joining me are some special guests. I've got Senske Services CEO Casey Taylor and Acquisitions Ambassador Chris Senske, and we're here to talk a little bit about the company's growth, their plans for the future, and more. So thanks for joining me, Chris and Casey. Chris, why don't you walk me through the Senske's growth from 2021 to 2022? What stands out for you?
Christina, the 2022 was really a good year for us at Senske, and we had significant organic growth, as well as we were fortunate enough to land some nice little acquisitions, most of which were tuck-in or expanding in the same market. So it was a really good year for us. We grew about almost 20% in 2022. So that took us to over 60 million. So it was a nice bit of growth. The acquisitions that we did, again, were mostly modest tuck-ins, mostly in the Pacific Northwest, and then a few in Denver as well. And the ones in Denver really helped us to kind of fill out that market and make it a more successful operation, so that now it's pretty good sized business there.
As you bring on new companies, how do you integrate that culture and what makes Senske into those new operations as you bring them in?
Well, it's been it's been a little bit different with every acquisition we've done, and you'd expect that because there are different personalities involved in every business. Where most of the businesses that we have done in 2022 were tuck-ins and already near businesses that were near us, and already for the most part it was they were people that we had known over the years. We built relationships with them, and so it wasn't maybe nearly as much a shock to the team members for each different company that we brought in. And we try not to change things up too much. If it's a larger acquisition, we'll just let them operate like we did with Fit Turf that we did a few years ago in Denver. We didn't change a thing, kept the name, kept operating as they were, the same programs, and they came with a great management team and a great sales team. We built on it a little bit, and then as we added in other businesses, then we just helped them to understand our values. And that's the first thing. The onboarding, the first day, it's all about our values and all about how we want them to be a contributor and part of the team, and how we want to learn from what they've done in the past.
Yeah, Casey, do you have anything to add?
Yeah. So, I think part of it starts with finding like-minded businesses when we're actually looking for companies to acquire, or whether we're acquiring a tuck-in or going into a new region. That's very important. We're looking for kind of family-oriented businesses where they treat their employees well, treat their customers well, have a high-quality service. So then there's sort of less culture shock, and because you don't want that, you don't want to have two abutting cultures, and it's a little different. Some smaller businesses, the tuck-ins, they're going to have less employees. We do, as Chris said, first day we start talking to them about company values and make them feel that they're joining and they generally are joining a bigger organization with a lot more to offer them. And that's one of the things that, when we get to teamwork and dedicated to growth, those are things that are advantages to them. In their previous company, they might not have had an opportunity to move up a level or two, because all there is there's an owner, a manager, and then kind of field work. And with Senske, that we've got opportunities for regional managers and lots of growth and lots of opportunities for them as employees. And hopefully that gives them a true career path, which they didn't have before. And then with the larger businesses, again, we're looking for like-minded businesses, and we don't necessarily want them to lose their culture either, right? So they come in with a culture, and again, if we're acquiring right, that's going to be a good culture. And so we slowly meld the two together and actually send best practices both directions, right? So they may have some things that are actually they're doing some culturally right. And we want to incorporate that into Senske, and of course, vice versa. We did a lot of incorporating what Chris has done with Senske and the leadership team there to bring it to the acquiree. So it's been great so far. He's done a great job with all the things he's acquired over the last 70 something years, and we look forward to keeping that up.
Thanks so much for joining me, Chris and Casey. It's been a fantastic conversation. And readers, you can look for our LM150 list in our June issue. Thanks.